guys, and welcome back to my channel. And today is another release day for JMC Designs. So I'm sure that those of you that follow Julia McNeil over at Julia McNeil Crafts or JMC Designs, I'll leave all the links to her social media in the description box below, and also to her Etsy store. But I'm sure, like I say, if you follow her, you already know that she has released this beautiful set of digistamps today. And this is the Tea Time Terrace collection. So I'm going to walk you through the stamps. Obviously, I've coloured them all up. And then what I'll do is I'll pause, I'll go away and get some stuff together, and we will make something. So, starting from the left-hand side here, we've got Chai Lodge. And I'll just bring this one up a bit closer so that you can see it. So this is Chai Lodge. I really like this one, the big fat stout teapot. Like the proper big old-fashioned family teapot. In the middle here, we've got Cream Tea Chalet. And that looks like a fairly precariously stacked set of teacups to me. I think you could do loads with that. I was thinking about putting some, maybe some heat embossing on it and then colouring over the top, so you've got like a relief. You could do some patterned paper in there so that you sort of paper piecing them to get patterned teacups. You could do all sorts with that. I think that's a really fun one that you could play around with. On the end here, we've got Ginseng Cottage. I really love this one. Again, it's that big sort of fat family teapot feel. And I really love the little nod to Alice in Wonderland here with the hat on the top there. I absolutely love that. I found it hard to pick a favourite, but I do love that one. On to the next one, we have got Earl Manor. So that's this one. Really quirky, this one with his curly-whirly spout and sort of tilting off to the back there. And the amazing crown on the top. Really cute one. And then this is the accessory pack, so you get all these lovely flowers. Obviously you could do lots with, there's some just really beautiful quirky flowers in there, but you've also got the ones that really tie in with this set, with the little cupcakes on the top, and obviously this amazing one here with the cup of tea perched on top of your flower there. Absolutely brilliant, really like that one. And then this is Tilda. So this is Tilda Tea. She was so cute. I coloured her twice. I did her in obviously two different colourways. Yeah, I thought she was lovely. She was really fun to colour. This is the first time I've coloured with colouring pencils. Normally I use alcohol markers, but I decided to give pencils a bit of a go, and it's been really good. I've really enjoyed it. The only thing is, I wasn't brushing the pencil dust away often enough, and there are a few mucky marks on it, but I think it'll be okay. And then there's some sentiments here. So we've got, behind every successful woman is a substantial amount of tea. I like that one. Life is like a teacup to be filled to the brim and enjoyed with friends. Ready to party. Serenity in the absence of stress while drinking tea. I can't read today. I've got a really stinking cold, if you can hear it. So yeah, brain's not working as it should be. Would you like an adventure now, or shall we have our tea first? That's from Alice in Wonderland. Our homes should inspire us to go out into the world and do great things, and then welcome us back for refreshment. New home. Let's stay home. And home is where our story begins. So some really lovely sentiments there that you can use for a range of things. There's some really nice ones for your art journals and things in here. And I quite like with these, because they've got all the different fonts in them, I really like these quotes that Julia does. And I print them off onto tissue paper so that I can then put them into my art journal. And they sort of blend into the page on the art journal. So, for pricing and everything, I'm just going to direct you over to Julia's Etsy store so that you can go over and have a look. I will leave the links to her website in the description box below, and if you go onto that sort of automatically directs you to her Etsy store, so you haven't got to search her out on Etsy. That's the easiest way to find her. So I'll leave all of that down below. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and gather some bits together, and we'll have a think about what we're going to make. So I'll be back shortly. Okay, so I have gone off screen and I have cut all the images out now, and I've cut out all the sentiment strips. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make some nice simple cards. I fancy having a few of these cards in my stash for various occasions. And I think that's the beauty of these images. You can use them for any occasion. So I've just got some, I think these are about 6x6 cards. They're just the white envelope blanks. These ones are from the pound shop. And I find them okay because although they're not terribly thick, they're thick enough. And by the time I've added all my layers and things on that I like to do, they're usually more than thick enough. So that is what I will be using. I've got a few patterned paper pads. So I've got this one, which has got lots of lovely colours and things in that I think match nicely with the way in which I've coloured the images. I've also got this one, and again it's quite vibrant, and lots and lots of colour in there. And then I've got this one, which is more sort of primary colours in this one, but there is one or two images that I think that will go nicely with. Now these are just the Decatime pads. I got them from the range, but I did get them probably 18 months or so ago, so I don't think that these are available anymore, unfortunately. But you know, you're just going to choose colours that go with the colour scheme that you've picked for your images, if you choose to work along with me. So I'm going to start with this piece of paper here, and I'm just going to make a base layer to fit this card. Now, the way I do it is obviously with my paper trimmer, but I don't like to measure because I'm lazy. So I am going to start off by just taking off this corner, because the corner of this one has been crushed somewhat. So I'm just going to nip that corner off to make it nice and sharp again. And then all I tend to do is I get the card, turn the paper over, and I just sort of lay it up against, work out sort of how much of a border I want, and I just make a little mark on the back of the paper with a pencil. I find those mechanical pencils are really good because they get a really lovely sharp tip on them. And then I'm just going to bring my paper trimmer back in and hit that mark with the paper trimmer. That's why I like the Fiskars one, because it has got the guide wire on the inside of the this running channel here. So you line that guide wire up with the mark that you've made, and you get a perfect sort of size. You know, it cuts it in the perfect place every time. I'm just going to try and take the screen, no, not in, out a little bit, because otherwise I think you're just going to be looking at my paper trimmer the whole time. Do excuse me, I'm trying not to cough, and I have got a cup of coffee off to the side, which I'll have to keep having a sip of, because I have got the dreaded lurgy. Okay, so like that. Okay, so all I'm going to do is, I think I might just ink. I do like to ink around the edges. I am an inker. Just put that cutting board over there so I can get to my ink. I always think everything always looks a little bit better. It looks slightly more finished if you ink the edges of it. So I'm just taking some Festive Berries from the Distress Ink range, and I'm just going to flick around the edge like that. For some reason I thought this was one lipstick. I've picked up a darker colour than I intended, but never mind. We shall make it work. Crafting when your mind's not on it is not a good idea, is it? Let's see what we can create. Let's see what Sarah can create when she's not really with it. Okay, so I'm just going to put a bit of tape on. Ooh. Can't even use my tape gun. It's not looking good so far, folks. We could end up in a pickle, to say the least. Right. And then I'm just going to line that up where I want it, like that. Actually, I quite like that with the dark edge. It frames it quite nicely. Okay, and then I'm going to select some images to pop on the top of this. And like I say, I have been through and cut all of these out, so hopefully it'll just make the process a little bit quicker. Now I can still trim them down if I want to, but it will just make it a little bit easier. So I am just going to take the tiniest bit off of the top of this one. Now I like this paper trimmer for this sort of thing because it will trim really tiny little bits without making raggy edges, which sometimes the ones that have got the blades, you can end up with that bit of a sort of raw looking edge, and this one tends not to do it. So yeah, I got that one from the Works. I think it's about £20, not that long ago, that which I didn't think was too bad for a guillotine style trimmer. So I'm going to pop her there, but I do want to just make her sort of stand out a little bit more. So I'm going to start off by putting some black pen just on the edges. I think my pen is running out. Might be about time to invest in a new one. There we go. I might just put a little bit of the festive berries just to bring that in, seeing as I've used it around the edge of the patterned paper. I might just use a bit of it around the edge of this so it all sort of ties together. Yeah, that's cute. And then I will put maybe something like that. And again, I'm going to follow the same pattern, if you like, as what I've done there. And I'm going to just edge this in black. And then I'll pop a little bit of the Festive Berries Distress ink around the edge of that one as well. And then that one will go there like that. What have we got in the way of sentiments? Oh, I like that one. Is she gonna fit? Could pop it just there like that, and then we could put some either some bling or some flowers or some stickers or something there. So we'll do the same on this one. So I'm wanting these to be reasonably simple cards, like I say, that I can give out for various occasions, but also things that aren't going to be too terribly expensive to post. So I don't want to add too much dimension. I don't mind posting things as large letters and things like that, but if it's getting into the realms of having to post it as a parcel, I've probably gone overboard. So yeah, trying to avoid too much dimension. Having said that, I like dimensional flowers, so I very rarely manage to get a completely flat card. Now I have got some stickers. I got these from the pound shop just before Christmas. And they were 2 sheets or 2 packs of sheets of stickers, any 2 for £1. And these ones have got all different cupcakes and lollies and things on, so I thought they might go quite nicely with this little set. Now it would be quite cute to pop one on there, but it's not going to stand out all that well. So I could put a little bit of gesso on there and stand the cake on that. I could die cut something. Oh, the choices are endless. I have also got some little dies of teapots, so I might just go and cut one of those in cream, and then I'll come back and we'll see if that looks any good. Okay, so I've cut a little cream teapot. I think this is an X-cut, one of their like little dinky die things. I don't keep any of my dies in the packaging, so I don't actually know, but I think it is. Oh, sip of my coffee. So I think I'm going to pop that there, and then I'm going to pick one of those cupcake stickers and pop that on as well. Yeah, I think that's going to look quite cute. So I'll start off by sticking this one down. Now, because I am sticking this on this paper, which has got some like glitter bits and some what's the word, sort of like embossed bits on it, I am just going to pop a little bit of wet glue on as well, just to make sure that it does actually stick and stay where I put it. So just line that up where I want it. And there we go, that's that one down. And then I'm going to pop that one there. I'm just going to line these ones up before I put them on. Oh, now you see I like that now. But then where will I put my teapot? You see I like my teapot down the bottom. I don't know. So this is the thing, when you sort of lay it all out and then you take it apart to... I can't actually remember where I put it. And my phone's up here recording, so I couldn't even take a photo of it. So I do like that overlapping. Oh, you could even do it like that. Oh, that's nice. Oh, I don't know. Now, how did I have it just now? That's going to frustrate me. You're all sat there going, no, you had it here, because obviously you've just seen it. Although so did I, but I can't remember. I don't know. I think I'm going to go like that. Okay. That probably wasn't how it was, but it'll do. Close enough. So a couple of little bits of tape. And then pop that on there like that. And this one I'm just gonna put some wet glue on that one because I'm now getting lazy. Yeah. So I hope everybody had a really nice Christmas. It's been really lovely here. It's been hectic at times because we've had people visiting and we've been visiting, and I always bake and decorate Christmas cakes and things at Christmas, so there's always lots to do. Today's the first sort of down day that I've had, really. Got a bit of downtime to myself. We have still got family visiting, but I have just excused myself to do this because I'm late, as always. I'm late with getting my creations done. I have had the images for quite a while, and I started colouring them up quite a while ago, but I didn't sort of finish them until yesterday. I came home on Boxing Day. I came home a little bit early from the family party because my daughter was tired and I was getting quite tired myself, so I came back and did a little bit of colouring in bed before I went to sleep. So this morning I've had to jump up and make myself get started nice and early so that I can get this ready in time for today's release. So fingers crossed I make the time frame correctly and actually get it done on time, because yeah, my intention is to start the next one immediately as soon as the house is quiet again, so that I don't do this next time, because yeah, there's nothing worse than you really want to always do a really good job and then you rush in at the last minute because you've left everything to the last minute. So I will learn from my mistakes. I will. I say it every time and then I make the same mistakes again, but I am going to learn this time. I'm just reaching across my table trying to get my embellishment, my little gems box, without chucking it all over the floor, because that would be an unmitigated disaster with all the different gems I've got in here. Have them rolling all across the floor. I think that might actually tip me over the edge and have me in tears. So we'll avoid that one. Okay, so I've got some really funky gems in here that are gold, so it sort of matches the trimming on these stickers, but they've also got all different sorts of funky colours. So I'm having a look at what colours we've got. and thinking about what colours obviously I've got in my image. So there are some that have, yeah, there's one there that's got a bit of pinky green. So I think I'll pop one of those on, a pink one. No, not pink one, or red one. Red one looks better, doesn't it? She's got lots of red in her. This is how indecisive I am. It takes me forever, even to choose a simple gem to stick on the card. It takes me forever. So I think I'll go with, that one's a bit dark. It's a little bit dark. What other ones have we got? Not that one. Yeah. We like that one. We'll go with that. Okay. Chuck all those in me. So, how do I want them? Oh, now I'm not... I'm questioning myself now. This is why too many gems sometimes is not a good thing. Because you can't make your mind up what you want. Now I'm quite liking those two, so I'm going to stick them down quick before I can change my mind again. I've got no idea where these ones came from. Gems and flatbacks and things are something that I sort of collect as I go along, and if I ever see any on offer and they're good, I do tend to pick them up. So yeah, not entirely sure where I got these ones from. I do get a lot of my flatbacks and things from eBay and AliExpress and places like that. Although I do pick them up often when they're on offer in Hobbycraft, so they could be Hobbycraft ones. Who knows? Who knows? I quite like that. Ooh, do I want it to be pink though? Nope, I liked it, it's purple. Okay, we're going to put a purple one on there, and then I think I'm going to call this card complete. So, rather than making you sit through my very painful process of creating cards, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop you on speed up while I make a few more. But that's the first one that I've made. So, I'll come back at the end and I'll just whip you through all the cards that I've made. so welcome back. So this is all I've got left after I have finished playing with all of the images that I coloured up. So I shall show you what I created. So I kept them fairly clean and simple, and I made a batch of cards. So the first one is quite pink and blingy, and it says ready to party, and it's obviously got Tilda, some of the flower images, and then I've just embellished it a little bit with some peel-off borders and some flat black bling things that I'd got in my stash. And then I did this one. I really like this one. This is one of my favourites. This has come out beautifully. And this says, would you like an adventure now, or shall we have tea first? And obviously I've gone for all different sort of yellow tones on that one. And I think that the two images match up really lovely, and that was an accident. I haven't sort of coloured anything up to particularly match. I used the same pencil pack obviously to colour everything, but yeah, that one worked out really nice. This one I struggled with. It's okay, it's not my favourite, but yeah, I struggled with that one a little bit. Life is like a cup of tea to be filled with... Ooh, I can't even read it. To be filled to the brim and enjoyed with friends. Reading through a camera is hard. Yeah, so again, I've put some of the peel-off borders and things on, and I made this little tea cake strip thing down the bottom here. I love the backing paper and I love the image, but yeah, that's probably my least favourite out of all of them. I love this one, and I want somebody to move into a new home so I can give them this card because I really love it. So this is using the, I think this is the Ginseng Cottage one. And obviously I've used the new home sentiment on there. And again, I've used some of the peel-off borders, and I've just backed that onto a piece of Snow White Centura Pearl card. Put another one of the borders up here, and then just some plain silver flat backs. As you probably saw throughout the video, I was inking around the edges of things as I was sort of going along, to make things sort of stand out a little bit more and just to make things look a bit more finished. Now these cards are all blank at the moment, but what I will do when I've got a little bit of time is I will use some coordinating cardstock in the back here, put a base layer of that down and then a white over the top to write on, and I will put my little RareRoo Crafts thing on the back there. I just haven't had time to do it today. This one again, I really like this one. This one turned out really cute. So this is Serenity in the absence of stress whilst drinking tea. Yeah, you can't be stressed while you're having a nice cuppa, can you? Let's be honest. And I found this little teacup. It was just in a tub of bits of ephemera. It's cardstock that I've had where it's had little images on, and I've just, when I've been bored, I've sat and cut out little images, and there happen to be some teacups and little cupcakes and things in them, so yeah, I used that one. And again, just a flat back on that one. And this is the last one, and this one is behind every successful woman is a substantial amount of tea, and I used little teapot die cut on the bottom here, and some of those little cake stickers and some glittery pink gems. And this really pretty little flower image there. So that's what I've made this month for the JMC Designs release. There we go. I'll put some photos on at the end of the video if you want to have a closer look. And yeah, like I say, do go on over and have a look at Julia's channel, and also check out the other ladies that are part of the Dream Team. Their links will all be below this video. I'm sure that they are all going to have some fantastic projects to share with us today, and I'm really looking forward to having a nice cup of tea this afternoon and sitting and watching what they've created. But first of all, I think I'm going to go and take some paracetamol and get this video up for you to watch. So take care for now, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.